It's like, so that's crazy. You met Doc Rivers.
So, you are the dumbest.
Did you and Doc Rivers cross paths?
Okay.
We are.
It wasn't like the nearest, but it was the farthest.
Fair play.
There is an air one further away. There's one in Nevada, but
we also got there and I thought it was the food. I thought you could get a protein shake and a sandwich. And it's just a market.
No, Hollywood stars don't eat food.
Dude, I just ate for breakfast a chocolate chip cookie, a bowl of tuna fish, and a shake.
Yeah, but it wasn't like tuna fish was the only option.
You
chose the tuna fish.
Well, I chose. I did think we were gonna. I put a sandwich. I put a wrap back because I thought we were going to go to In-N-Out on the way back, which we didn't end up doing.
Why did you guys go?
I don't know.
It's up to you, dude.
What do you mean? You got the Uber.
Okay, yeah, but I thought that we had to get back. But if you want to go to,
I'm kind of on her side. You could have said let's go to In-N-Out.
If you want to go to In-N-Out, you fucking say that you want to go to In-N-Out.
You're 100% in the right here. I'm gonna blame you anyway.
It's like sitting in the back of the car, like, Mom, can we go to In-N-Out, please?
Counting the In-N-Outs we're driving by.
I didn't speak up next time.
Guess it's just tuna for breakfast for me.
You had a full smoothie too.
I had a full smoothie and a cookie.
Do you think that that's going to put a dent in John Feitelberg's hunger?
That was the first thing I ate since 6
a.m.
a.m. yesterday. Which,
for John, is I'm surprised you didn't your body didn't shut down.
I was shaking. I was visibly shaking.
Missed 2 meals.
Like Michael Scott. We haven't eaten in 4 hours. I'm starting to feel it.
Oh, it's KFC Radio live in Los Angeles. You can see the great Hollywood sign behind us, as well as Yamamoto, the famous restaurant that Jackie took us to. Yamahiro. Nagasaki, whatever. It's the famous restaurant that Jackie made us climb an entire mountain to get to. So beautiful view here. This KFC Radio trip is a botch job. We have botched this so bad, you would think that we are not even remotely close to 15-year veterans. We've been doing this a long fucking time, and we couldn't have fucked up this trip worse.
It's actually impressive how we have 3 things. Honestly, it was 7 hours probably combined of everything
of things we need to do. Right, we got a text from Shane
on the right day
saying, "Come to the premiere for Tires, the Netflix premiere for Tires." So we're down.
And then sorry, you go.
And Shane says, "Yeah, come on out." And the Brady roast is the next day.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
We were like, okay, cool. And Shane was like, oh, I didn't want to go, but obviously I was like, for Feits and just for Barstool, we got to go to the Tom Brady roast. So we took Shane at his word, and it was a guy who was actively telling us he didn't really care about the event, and we just assumed he gave us the correct day. Turns out it was not the day after his premiere, it's the day before his premiere. So we thought it was going to be Shane Monday, roast Tuesday.
We thought it was 2 Bears Monday morning.
Right. So
Shane Monday night.
Right. So we thought we had Shane premiere Tuesday. And then
you see, this is how it happens. This is how it happens.
So we thought we had Shane premiere Monday night, Tom Brady Tuesday night, and then in between that was the 2 Bears 5K.
No, we thought 2 Bears was Monday morning.
I can't even. I'm just saying that in addition to that was the 2 Bears 5K. It all just kind of lined up together at the same time. You were going to run in that. I wasn't planning on going. Then it was all right, if I'm out there, I'll just go and we'll walk it. But yeah, we thought it was going to be fly out Sunday night to do a Monday morning 5K into a Shane premiere Monday night into the Tom Brady roast Tuesday night. And
which obviously a roast is going to be on Tuesday night. We should have thought that. It never crossed my mind.
is a Sunday night a great roast? Oh, I guess that's what they usually do. Yeah.
Like, it never crossed my mind that it was weird that it was a Tuesday, but I was just like, Shane said it was a Tuesday. So
now instead it's, you get it.
To be fair to Shane, I went back and checked the text. He did say, I think.
Yeah, no, he just like threw out like what it was not like he was giving us bad information. He's just like, oh, and by the way, this other thing might be happening. And we were just like, that's the day. We did not check for the info of anything we came out here for. No. I didn't know till you texted me that the 5K wasn't even. I was going to bed last night being like, I got to do a 5K in the morning.
I was at the after party last night. Bert was shirtless, double fisting. I was like, dude, we got to run in the morning. And he's like, I don't have to run in the morning. And I was like, yeah, the 5K's tomorrow. Like, I'm telling him, and he's like, the 5K's Tuesday, dude.
It's my 5K, dude. Just like, I mean, this is why. Jackie needs to do this stuff. This is Jackie's fault.
She's like, what?
Yeah, no, this is your fault. This is your fault, Jackie. Jackie, this is your fault. I was gonna say, like, this at this stage in our career, we need someone to take care of this stuff for us. Is Jackie?
We also just,
it's Jackie's fault.
We need a brain.
No. No, we don't need a brain anymore. It's Jackie's fault. Jackie could be the brain. At some point, somebody else's brain takes over on this kind of shit.
I didn't realize the Brady roast was Sunday night until I got the ticket sent to me Saturday night, and I looked at them.
We had to change our flights.
I sent it to you because of the dress code thing. I sent it to you that morning.
I didn't even look at it.
I didn't look at it either.
It's just like
I highlighted part of the fucking flyer. I went, yo, here's the dress code. Don't stress about it.
You like circled it.
And I just ignored the date.
I'm sure the date is touched by the highlight too. And I just didn't even look. Like, I don't do anything anymore. I don't do anything anymore.
I got a ticket and I like opened it and I was like, wait, May 6th. It's the 5th. And I was like scrambling to change the flights to
then we had to fly, like, obviously to get out for an evening event. We had to fly very early in the morning. I couldn't go because of family stuff. John, I don't even know what you get, like a 9 a.m. flight. Like, yeah, like right away in the morning. So I was like, I'm not gonna be able to make it. I got my kids and everything, but like go out there. But so now it's like, we're here for this one event and the wrong day for the other event. It's just Jackie's fault. I mean, it's just, can't believe how bad of a job Jackie did on this one. I don't know. We're going to have a performance review for Jackie on this one.
I didn't even know I was coming until like yesterday.
And then Pavs missed his flight. Bro, it's been a nightmare. What happened at JFK yesterday?
It's been exhilarating.
Bro, I don't know where we're going to end up or what we're going to do.
Just so everyone knows, this is my day-to-day life. This is how it goes. This is new for you. This is my day-to-day life.
Oh, man.
I go, wait, that's today? Son of a bitch! And I scramble.
Let's go. I don't know what was going on at JFK. I don't know if it was the same for you in the morning, but by the time I got there, it was like John Cusack in the movie 2012. Like people trying to get on the last flights off of Earth. It was a fucking war zone. It was like being at the border.
But it was like I should have told you guys because it was just like I was like I feel like something's off here.
The only reason I made it was I just happened to like as I was checking in, see another email that said, "Do you want to upgrade to priority for $39.99?" And I was like, "What does that even do for me?" And it said, "Skip the line." And I got there because when I walked in to the main entrance of JFK Terminal 8, there was already a line. Really? I've never seen that. I've never actually seen 2 hours necessary in my life, and that. I mean, probably, I don't know when you got there, but I think because I was there an hour and a half early, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to make this. And then I cut the line. I can't believe that people didn't like throw things at me. This line, I swear to God, snaked like 7 or 8 times. It was the biggest line I've ever seen. I'm talking Disney World lines. And I just went, and I was walking with military people and actual pilots, and then there's just like me in like sweatpants, just like, I bought it for $39. I don't know what you people are doing. And then when we get there, like my line cut into the real line, and it was like World War III. People were like about to miss their flights, a bunch of foreigners screaming in different languages and messing, because you had to walk like in front to get your picture taken. So I mean, there was 2 active military guys who this woman escorted them up, and they were like, we have 2 military members here. Like, their flight is in 30 minutes. We have to get them on the plane. Part of me was like, fellas, what we're doing is 30 minutes. Like, come on. But these like foreigners were just like, I guess they don't give a fuck about our military, I guess, I don't know. And they were just trying to like bump into these guys, and they were being like so respectful, but being like, I haven't been home in 6 months, my flight's in 15 minutes, like let me fucking go. And I wanted to be like, just fucking do it, just fucking kill these people. But I mean, I've never seen the airport actually like that, so I'm sure you were just standing. I didn't think
you should have snapped your own leg.
Yeah, I was thinking of any possible excuse that I could get in.
Dude, when people cut me in wheelchairs, I get so mad. I'm like, you can stand behind me in a wheelchair.
Why sit behind me? Yeah, this is actually much easier for you, to be honest. You should go last. You got a chair.
Why do you get to cut me just because you're in a wheelchair?
You can sit the whole time. I gotta stand.
Bro, like sometimes you get like a family of like, they're traveling with all the grandparents. You get like 4 old people wheeling in front of you. Like, they can stand back. They can just sit there. The fuck do they get to cut for because you're in a wheelchair? That rule doesn't make any sense to me. It's infuriating.
Yeah. It's like military, pregnant.
Pregnant people can stand.
So yeah, that was a fucking nightmare. I get on the plane. We booked these tickets late, and then that girl at Jordan said, "Go pick your." Were you on the text? She said, "Go pick your seats now, or you're gonna get a shitty seat." Just didn't do it. Just didn't do it. And I didn't even think of it till we get on the plane and we walk past first class, and it was like a living room. They were like apartments, these fucking pods that you could live in. And then we get to like economy or business class, whatever's next, and those are like really nice first class, and we just keep going. And then I realized not only are we not in any of that, but I'm in the fucking middle on a fucking cross country flight, which I we've talked a couple times before about once we got a taste of the first class life, it's hard to go back. And then sometimes I'm like, it's really not that bad. Middle seat though, I don't like that. It's terrible for me. My neck, my back. I have to my all the blood goes in the bottom of my feet. I need to get up. Whole thing's a nightmare. Right behind me is a row that has like a thing over the back of the seat that says inoperable seat, like inoperable, do not sit. Yeah. So the whole row is empty, and I just snuck in there and sat in the window. First of all, what's I was talking about this with Shaggy. What's inoperable about it? Can I sit on it? Does it hold my ass? Then it's operating as a fucking seat.
Like the Mitch Hedberg.
Right. This thing can't be broken. It's just a fucking seat.
Stairs now.
Yeah. And I just went like this in the aisle in the 17th row the whole time, and then like somebody else came and ended up sitting next to me, but I still got the window, but I was pretending to be asleep. I was doing it all, man. And they were like, they came over the thing and they were like, boarding has completed. I was like, yes, thank God. I was about to turn around. I was like, I'm just not coming on this trip. This whole thing is a botch job. I'm not coming on the trip.
Gametime is the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. What was that play you're talking about? Uncle Vanya?
Uncle Vanya,
Uncle baby. Vanya is officially Feitelberg's latest Broadway pick. We got the...
I'm also going to see June 1st, Enemy of the People. By the way, Tony's were just not announced. I've like,
snubs? Did somebody get snubbed? What?
No, it's just not. I've just like seen it done.
You are without a doubt number one with a bullet, the most Broadway versed person I know.
Yeah,
I don't know anybody else who goes at all, let alone as often as you do.
But the Enemy of the People, that's the one with Michael Imperioli, and it's someone from Succession. Who is it from Succession? Jeremy Strong.
Wow.
So
heavy hitters.
Going to see that one June 1st. That got nominated for Best New Play.
That's what Gametime does, though. It's not just sports. It's not just your regular concerts. We're talking Broadway shows. We're talking comedy. We're talking one-man shows, performances. Anything that is live entertainment, Gametime has you covered with the tickets on the secondary market.
Use this to go see the Garbage Boys.
Go see Garbage Boys.
On the 9th.
May 9th, Town Hall. You can get tickets there. It's fast and easy. Sports, music, comedy, theater, like I said, everything. And they will get you the cheapest or best seats available. And if you find something else at a better price, same ticket, they will refund you and credit you with 110% of the difference of the two prices. Best place for last-minute deals with up to 60% off your favorite events. So whatever you're going to, do it through Gametime. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code KFC for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download the Gametime app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
But then the Brady roast. I think the Brady roast is still going.
That's why I haven't eaten since 6 a.m. yesterday. They didn't give us food.
Well, Well, I mean, do they feed you at roasts usually? I wouldn't assume.
I had a table with place settings.
Oh, yeah, I would probably. They just never brought any food.
No, you got there was a piece of cheese and a piece of like pepperoni. I ate that right away.
Well, I'm sure for like most people, they were like, yeah, they gave us like a light appetizer. It was fine. John's like, where's the food?
Like, I thought that was going to be appetizer food. I kept looking around the whole fucking roast. So, like, it was just fucking.
I guarantee everyone else was totally fine. And John's like, where's the food?
You're like Turtle and Drama when they showed up to the bar mitzvah. They haven't eaten all day.
Dude, well, because the travel. So I landed. My cousin picked me up. I went. The mustache, total mistake. I did not want to have a mustache. I went to trim. I had a long, gross beard.
Yeah.
I knew I had to clean that up, so I went to trim it.
Too short.
And it was just like I didn't put the thing on it. So it was just like first thing I was like, oh,
well, I got a mustache.
Like, all right, we're going mustache. Like complete mistake.
But you know what? But there's something freeing about that, where it's just like, oh, you can't fix that. If you went a little too close, man, nope. It's like we're shaving my head too. I don't know, whatever.
I just went, fuck. Okay.
It was a mincy shave. Okay, we're doing a mustache.
But no, the Brady roast. I went into it with very low expectations. Mm-hmm. I'm not a roast guy.
I love roast. I think they always deliver, but
like there were moments last night where I was like, this is why I don't like roast, but 99% of the time I was like, this is fucking incredible.
Well, I think there's a little bit
I think being in the room helps.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
I think
you probably feel the awkwardness.
When I watch it, I just feel awkwardness. When I'm like, but being in the room was like
a little contagious.
Yeah.
Well, that's always, you don't really like watching awkwardness. And roasts are like 99% awkward, 1% funny. I've almost always liked them. Like back in the day, Comedy Central did I feel like once a month. It was like the Comedy Central roast presented by Comedy Central, and it was everybody famous. And people are doing like the like comedy's back sort of thing, like roasts are back, and I don't know. I think just that format kind of like disappeared for a while. I don't necessarily.
People were doing the comedy's back thing. Oh,
yeah,
God, suck a fucking dick.
Yeah, I don't think that's
up. You fucking loser. God damn it. Fucking
I also think roasting was like one thing that did. Even if they weren't happening, like roasting is just one thing where it's just like understood. It's fucked up and people go way too far, but it's like that is the agreement going in. Roasting is just agreed upon, like bloodbath. But
I did not think this was a bloodbath. I actually thought it to be pretty tame.
I mean,
for Brady.
There's not much ammo on him. Yeah, I mean, it's like there was a lot of the
very funny.
You lost your whole family.
Yeah,
because like that's the only. Nikki brought up leaving Bridget Moynihan. She was the only one to do that.
I was surprised she was the only one to, because I went into it and I was like, I'm uncomfortable with roasts, and that's particularly when I care about the person. I was like, when I don't give a fuck about John Stamos, and I watch that and I'm like, ugh.
Right, this is a guy you love.
I care about this man.
Yeah.
Like, this man is very important to me.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to hurt his feelings. And then like I was talking to some of the comedians beforehand and some of the writers, and I was like, how bad is it going to be? And everyone was like, it's going to get pretty fucking dark. And I was like, what? Really? Like, I think
it's pretty dark when they repeatedly were like, you lost your wife and kids.
But like, he did it. He knows that.
Right.
Like, there's not like.
But I mean, it's for a guy who like does have it all. It's still a pretty big like. To say that to Tom Brady is still pretty like roasting.
Yeah. No. I'm not saying it wasn't roasting like that. But like, obviously, I went in there knowing there's going to be Giselle and Giselle.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there were.
Yeah.
So like, I expected that. And it happened. So like, that wasn't like, what
was there was one time when he went over and said like, don't make that joke again.
That was Kraft massage.
Why that really pissed him off?
I first of all, I do think that was real. And
I definitely think that
because like the whole room, like a lot of it, was all not scripted. Yes, scripted, but also like they rehearsed things like that. So like the room reacted to that, like, whoa, shit, that was. I like it. I think it's like it's a little lame, but also like kind of like endearing.
You like protecting him?
Yeah, where it's like dude, like that guy when I was 21, I moved across the country, took me under his wing, and it's like that's my fucking dad, bro. Shut the fuck up.
I guess, but it's funny to be like, even wife and kids, all fair game. But this, I mean, I think it's also a pretty harmless
joke. He's like, I signed up for this. He did, right?
But that's. I mean, he signed up for it too. He was in the part of it.
I think
that's also a pretty harmless joke. Like he got jerked off
for sure,
massage parlor
for sure. But like,
it was just weird.
I think it's cool to be like, that's my fault. Like even if it's like a true thing, like, hey, like if you're in like middle school and it's like, hey, your dad's a fucking janitor, and you're like, don't fucking talk shit about my fucking dad. Yeah. Like, yeah, he is. Fuck, shut up. Like, yeah, my dad did get fucking jerked off in a fucking massage parlor. Shut the fuck up.
I just thought it was weird to be like that was the line of the night, like to get up and go to the and like don't fucking. I mean, he's like going like this, but he's talking into the microphone. Don't do that joke again. Yeah. Who was that? Was that was Jeff?
No, it was Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, it was for sure a little bizarre, but the more I've thought about it, I was like, that's kind of cool, like kind of endearing, like over the top. To like didn't have to do it, all that stuff, but like I was like, I don't know, that's kind of like cool, like that you're fucking ride for your guy, like that. Like,
speaking of Kevin Hart, I liked him. I thought he did a good job.
Oh, I thought he was great.
I think he's been so lift your seat. Oh my God. He's been so commercially successful. And like does comedy for everybody now, but like still show that when he like wants to throw the fastball, he can, like, because he was the one who came out. When you have a roast that long with that many people, going later in the night is a killer. Yeah, because when Kevin Hart comes out with the first Giselle jokes, it's like, oh shit, we're doing it tonight. And when you're like 15th on the list and you're doing it, it's like, okay, that was funny, but like we definitely have heard this.
It did get
10
to the
times
point,
in a row,
like, because it was like, it almost like comedians are never going to share their jokes and like hey, I'm going to say this because but like it got to the point where it was like, yes, Gronk's dumb, and
it was almost like, how is every comedian going to make a joke about Giselle and the family, a joke about Gronk being dumb, and like a black and white receiver joke? There was a few things that like everybody did, and it almost was cool to see like different ways that people did it.
Yes,
but like certain setups were like, oh, here it comes. So
I also had like I had my seats right here. Excuse me. I could see the fucking teleprompter, so it was so hard for me to not look to see. But this video I took is my favorite.
Tell me you got Gronk reading.
I started taking this 20 seconds after he'd already gone off script.
Gronk?
It's 22 seconds. Look, it's just not moving. So it was 50 seconds of him just like them. They started flashing it, being like, hey,
come back over here,
dude. Over here.
When Kevin Hart was like start reading, help him out, Jeff, help him out.
I think that was the biggest pop of the night when Nikki was like, me no, not real money. Yeah,
that was because that was it wasn't a dirty joke or anything.
I said that.
Very funny.
I don't know if that was translating to TV. Gronk not getting the jokes right away.
Oh, so good.
Was so.
There was one time where he blatantly was like,
dude, when I forget who said this one, but when they're like, we're at the Kia Forum, or as Gronk calls it, the number after 5, and he was like,
yes.
And then he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Because he wouldn't react. He would always react like 2 seconds later.
When he was like, he just had a genuine moment of like, fuck it, I'm going off script. I don't care. Love that.
You know who also got like bleeped at to go get back on script? Belichick. When he just went off about how much he loves them and stuff like that.
Yeah, they were
like, get back here. And I was like, that was fucking cool.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was like, I forget. It was like, we went through so much together, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, over here. Mm-hmm. And he was like, no, I'm talking about how much I love my fucking guys.
I mean, yeah, when you're pushing like 3 hours, there was probably some executive producer being like, oh my God.
I want to tell you this one before we get too far into it. The absolute highlight of the night for me. What was like the one text I sent you about the show?
I really don't remember, to be honest.
It was about the opener, who was before Netflix went live.
Wait, did I see this? I don't know if I saw this.
Yeah, I think you did. I sent it to you and Nate.
No, I definitely didn't see that. Because I definitely don't think I read that, because I didn't know we were on a group text last night.
Yeah, because you said get the fuck out. Yeah, you said get the fuck out. Obviously, you had someone write for him.
When did this happen? Was I like asleep? Oh yeah. So wait, he was not on camera at all?
So no. So it was like warming up the crowd before Netflix went live, right? And it was like, so everyone's sitting down. No one's really paying that close attention. And Alonzo Mourning is on stage just murdering, right?
Like I forgot that you said that. Yeah,
like murdering.
Why?
Like, he's talking about how he's he's telling people he used to play for the '89 Clippers. And he's like, I come to LA. I love coming to LA. I fuck everything in LA. I tell people I used to play for the '89 Clippers. No one knows who played for the fucking '89 Clippers, right? And like, I'm dying laughing at the table. Again, everyone's kind of filing in. I'm like, these people are missing it. Alonzo Mourning is crushing it. Star of the show. Right? Then I get to the after party. I'm like, there he is. So I go up and I'm like, yo, Zoe, you fucking killed it tonight, man. And he's like, thank you, brother. Thank you. And I was like, honestly, like that was crazy. That was so fucking good. And he's like, thank you. I really appreciate that. And then I'm like, I don't want to be weird. Like, there's a lot of celebrities around. Like, do you mind if we get a picture? And he's like, yeah, of course, bro.
That's not Alonzo Mourning.
Nope.
I was like, that's not even close to Alonzo Mourning. Not even close.
That's the one picture I took the whole fucking night. Me and Zoe.
Oh my God, this is the funniest thing that's ever happened to John. He thought he sent me that text. I forgot about it, but the whole time I was going, Alonzo Mourning is funny. Alonzo's got game,
bro. I don't know. So I didn't.
I mean, I don't know who it is either.
No, me neither. But I started to figure it out in the conversation. I started to be like, well, that's shorter than I expected.
Yeah, you're like the same size as him. Alonzo's like 6'10".
So then in my own head, I'm like, well, maybe it's like a Charles Barkley situation where he's like 6'3", but fucking just got bounds. Like, I don't know basketball. Like maybe Zoe wasn't.
You definitely don't know basketball. Yeah, we know that.
And so everyone was filing in. I was like having conversations still while he was up there. So I just heard someone say, or him say, I don't know who said it, but someone was like, that's Alonzo Mourning. And I was like, oh, okay. He's a fucking tall black guy. I don't fucking know. And so like halfway through we were talking, I called him Zoe 3 times.
No.
I was like, Zoe, bro.
Zoe.
And dude,
that's not like a common.
That's the best part.
Yeah, bro. And like, we had chemistry, dude. I'm like, me and Zoe are chopping it up right now, dude. I came this close to talking about the meme, and I fucking thank God I didn't. I was like, you got the greatest meme of all time, bro. It's just, I have no idea who it is. It's just not Alonzo Mourning.
I was gonna say, like an opener is probably just like a local comic who's like, because I kept thinking, why would Alonzo not be on? Why would Alonzo be there? But if he is there, he's gonna be on camera. He's like clearly a friend of Tom Brady or something. Dude, that's just not Alonzo Mourning.
It must have been him who said it again, because like people were filing in, so like I wasn't paying attention to his full set, but I think I heard him say like, I tell people. I must have missed. But
also, like, I don't know when Zoe probably was early '90s draft, so maybe like '89's too early for him. But like, why would he tell people he played for the Clippers when he just played in the NBA?
Yeah, I don't know.
I would just tell people I played for the Heat because I did. I played for the Hornets and the Heat.
When I was talking to him at the after party, I was like, dude, the '89 Clippers joke fucking killed me. And he's like, you know who loved that joke? I got to meet him once, Doc Rivers. And I was like, you met Doc Rivers? No way. It's like, so that's crazy. You met Doc Rivers? So, you are the dumbest. Where did you and Doc Rivers cross paths?
Yo, it's got to be your dumbest moment of all time. Alonzo, the capital letters too. Alonzo Mourning is crushing right now. Alonzo Mourning's warming up the crowd tonight.
I heard one thing. What I heard was, because I almost added that in the text too, where like it might be athlete funny, because I just heard an athlete talk about fucking, and I was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, well, so now the bar must be maybe it's not that good. If you were just using athlete funny, that is so. Yo, Zoe, man, you killed it, Zoe.
And I don't know if he couldn't hear me because it was loud, like it was the after party.
Maybe you're saying bro or whatever. Like,
Zoe, you fucking.
Although that guy probably walked by going, did he call me Zoe? That's some new shit I don't know about. Oh man,
the more I think about it, he for sure said, I tell people I'm Alonzo Mourning and I played for the '89 Clippers. Oh. And I just heard that and was like, it's Alonzo Mourning.
Okay. That's fucking funny.
Because I knew he didn't play for the Clippers. I thought that was the lie. Like when he's in LA, he says he played for the Clippers.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what a fucking, that's funny, dude.
You gotta be the dumbest motherfucker alive.
Forum.
Oh my god. The highlight for me at the roast was Ben Affleck.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Bro, that guy, everybody else was either a world-class comedian or a world-class athlete that probably had help from a world-class comedian. And they all went in with great premises and very clear and just great funny humor. And Ben Affleck just went in there and was just so mad about fans on the internet.
Dude, he was
just like fucking you fans who don't appreciate the athletes. Fuck you guys.
It was so clearly like I whispered at one point to the table. I'm like, we are in the middle of a Ben Affleck therapy session.
Yeah,
that was
big time.
That was like some like, you're not mad at me, you're mad at your dad.
Yo,
like,
he said a couple times.
Oh yeah, he was talking about himself the entire time.
But what even? I mean, I know that he's like in the public a lot, but
I consider Ben Affleck beloved at least on Twitter. People are like, he's the best. He's depressed all the time. It's great.
Yeah. He started out with you're gonna get killed on the internet, and like I'll tell you everything you need to know about that. And it was like, really? I don't know. I don't think so. And then he said that a couple more times.
He's had his phases for sure, but I feel like now, like, and then he's a bilingual depressed man. We love that on Twitter.
My perception of him is very like you're very like people are like sympathetic towards him. Oh, J-Lo is a fucking nightmare, and like you're just a regular, Boston dude. When he was like, I don't think I'm ever gonna work again after this. I was like, yeah, just fucking. And I was thinking about it. If I was in that situation, I think I would just end it. Yeah, I think I'd be like, this. Guys, we know this isn't working out. Yeah. There's a lot of other great talent. I'm just going to call it. Tom, thanks a lot, man.
Turns out this room of fans doesn't want to hear me yell about how much fans suck.
That was all. And even though, like, when he was like giving the Twitter handle, he was like, it was Henry Boy football with a bunch of L.
That's too many characters, Ben. Yeah. That's not a real one.
Like, oh my god, that was. I mean, if you don't like awkward, I feel like you must have been dying during that. Or does it come out the other end where you're like, this is great?
I wasn't laughing out loud, but I just kept going. This is unbelievable.
And then afterwards, when Jeff Ross was like, I'm so upset Netflix doesn't have commercials. And Kevin Hart just put his head down. He's like, it's more white boy humor. Another set from a white boy. Dude, it was also like everybody else either killed or like did unexpectedly well. There was like very few like bombs, so it stood the fuck out.
It was him and Randy.
Oh, yeah, I didn't watch Randy. I skipped over that one.
Randy, they should have just let be Randy Moss. Like he's so incredibly charismatic that it just didn't work.
Yeah, like reading off of a prompter.
Is just let Randy Moss go.
Yeah,
right? You don't try to sustain that wow horse. Yeah, he's funny as shit. The Affleck stuff. Obviously, Affleck wasn't at the after party. Kim was not at the after party. I think it's weird that everyone booed her. I don't know.
She had to like stop, and they had to be like, "All right, guy." Like Kevin Hart.
Her jokes were funny.
Yeah, she's obviously the perfect example of like. It's written by somebody else. It's not like the perfect comedian delivery, but she took a couple shots at herself and made some jokes, and it's like whatever.
If Kim is at a Taylor Swift concert and gets booed,
sure.
Perfect.
Fine. But this is like a regular.
This is all sports fans booing her. It's like you just don't like her because she's like a successful woman. Like what the fuck?
In the crowd, like regular people, or was
the crowd was regular people? Yeah,
you could just buy tickets to this if you like.
We were on the floor, and then there's the dais up there. So I was at the the stair
because the forum's an arena, right?
Yeah. So I was like at the stair right at the base of the thing, and then there are probably like 5 rows of tables behind me.
How many fans were there? It's not like sold out, right?
Oh yeah,
really?
Yeah, thousands.
Like 10. Like
I don't know how big the forum is, but like
holds like
a concert thing
people.
where they cut off the back circle.
Cool.
Like that was
full.
I
mean, that's a lot.
Yeah,
to just get booed by randoms like that.
Again, if it was Taylor Swift fans and you have a reason to do it, I get it.
Yeah, you're an Arrowhead or some shit.
Like I don't know why the fuck like Patriots fans are booing Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, that seems very weird.
I don't know.
No, I think that's just people being assholes.
Just like being like, oh, she's a reality star. Boo.
Yeah,
like everyone on that stage is a fucking reality star. We're on a Netflix roast.
She just does it better. Yeah. That was.
She also like because I was right at the base of the stairs. I saw everyone walk up and like it was. I mean, it was insane. It was the most star-studded room I've ever been in.
Yeah.
And even at that level, first of all, that's what sucks about getting wristbands is there's always another color. Oh,
I got the hookup. I don't have
the
that.
Pink, you're gonna need blue to get in here, bud. I was like, all right. But they were like, you're sitting over there next to Guillermo, and I was like, that makes more sense. Yeah, I'm more of the Guillermo type.
Guillermo's like, get my water. We're gonna hang out the Alonzo morning later. What do you say?
I don't know. No, I only did that like 3 times. But yeah, so I saw like everyone walking up, and Kim, I don't know where she came in from, but she did not come in that way.
Yeah, I'm sure she had an exit and an entrance that was like, no one's even going to get to be near her. I mean, it was the most star-studded cast and dais, and I mean, everybody important and funny from Boston related to the Patriots was there last night. I mean, everybody that you need from Barstool Sports was there. John was there. Brianna was there. We represented at the Brady roast. So great night.
I was not invited by Netflix. Dave seems to be mad at Netflix.
Yeah.
I also, when you couldn't make it anymore, I did give thought to be like, should I ask Dave? And I was like, he'd be insulted if I asked him.
I don't think he would be insulted.
I don't think
I know
Dave
why I wouldn't think to like ask him either, because I'd be like, he doesn't want to go with me, but I don't think he'd be insulted. I just think it would be like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I think he'd be like, no fucking thing.
Because also the main thing is like, he would be like, the only way I got in the building was because one of you jamokes.
Yeah. Well, I thought
I'd be holding to you, no sir. You know,
part of me was like, he's probably going to be there, and he's going to be insulted that I asked him if he wanted to come.
Yeah,
and I was like, he also doesn't want to hang out. Like, he doesn't really like me.
That's what I mean.
He's not going to fly across country to spend the night with me.
It's either like deal with the fact that I was not at the Tom Brady roast, or deal with like, I don't want to be there with you. I don't want to get a ticket from you. I don't want to sit with you. I think he'll probably just say no. But no, he sent the tweet in the morning saying, I'm very happy that Netflix did not invite me because it keeps me humble. It keeps me hungry. This is just what I needed. So thanks, Netflix, for not inviting me. But I'm happy that Feitelberg and Brianna were there. Because you got your screen time. It popped up on the screen. Everyone, it's so funny that like everyone was like, that's an underrated part. That might be my favorite part of the Tom Brady roast, is everybody collectively going, is that fucking Feits? Just because of the doppelgangers and like all the weird shit, and then it's just like, there he is, sitting in a tux, like front row basically with all the other stars. It was that was great. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you know, Dave would have fit in like seamlessly there. Like, it's not like he it wouldn't have been like Dave Portnoy there. Like, oh yeah, you're doing something with Tom Brady and the Patriots. Like, everybody knows that. But I also feel like if it's a Netflix production, like if like, I don't know how that works. Because on the one hand, I would imagine like Netflix picks all this shit, but also I would imagine Brady and his people are involved. So I wonder if it's like, we need Dave there, or they're like, they don't even talk to, you know, whoever's casting or whatever.
I would guess they have some involvement in casting. Like, Brady had the joke, like, I was begging Chappelle to do this. Chappelle was there. Chappelle just didn't do it.
Oh, wow.
Chappelle was just at the
I thought that was just a shot at Kevin Hart. So he probably really was.
He was there. He apparently just didn't leave the green room the whole night, and he was at the after party.
Yo, Dave Chappelle just loves getting fucked up. That's it, dude. That's what drives him these days. When can I go to my next party?
I was like, I was at the after party, and I was like, that Dave Chappelle? And Bert was like, yeah, he's been in our green room the whole fucking night.
That's crazy. So how was the after party? Was it good?
It was fun. It was great.
I mean, that's got to be even more star-studded, right? Like,
it was insane. It was genuinely difficult to have a conversation, because like your neck would get whiplash. Was that just like?
I mean, he's one of the most famous fucking guys and most likable guys ever. Like, this is going to be like, I bet
I got a drink behind Ted Serrato's.
Yeah,
like.
It's like, what?
What does that guy make? Like $100 million a year?
That's like $150 million. That's what I mean. Like, you're talking into a whole new tax bracket where nobody's
CEO of Netflix, and like I'm just standing behind him. That's crazy.
Nobody's turning down any sort of Tom Brady invite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like one where you're like, thanks, but no thanks. Like, oh yeah, I want to be at that one.
Yeah, it was funny that because it was very funny to be like to see titans of our industry on that stage, and them just getting clowned like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, I do like
that's like the most successful person in my line of work. and you're like, why is this guy here?
Belichick goes like, who are these people? A genuine, like, he had like a Bruins joke. I think he said like, what did the Jets put this team together? But then afterwards he went, who are these people? like really good.
If everything goes perfect for my life, I'll be 10% as successful as those people. And Belichick's like, what the fuck are these people doing in my presence?
Kim Kardashian turned to that side of the room and goes, I literally don't know any of you. And I think that was a genuine moment.
But yeah, so like obviously it was an incredible mix of comedians and athletes, which is a dream for me.
Yeah.
And like
it's
on
like
stage,
a perfect world.
It was like, everyone mixing it up, yelling at each other. When you get to the after party, it very quickly became like a middle school dance. Like,
really?
Comedians here, athletes here.
Wow.
like,
yeah.
Like Edelman, and
then there's the missing link. Like, Edelman can float between
Edelman and Gronk would float. Shane would float. Yeah. And that was about it. Dude, watching Shane and Jim Harbaugh talk was so funny.
No.
I wasn't
That's
part
a
of
dream
it. I was just
combo.
watching it, and I was like, what the fuck are those two talking about?
I really liked Edelman. I also liked when
Edelman,
Nicky
I don't know if I said this already, but wrote a lot of his own jokes.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. He delivered well. Nicky had a great joke where she was like, "You squinty-eyed fuckboy." What? He really is. His eyes are never open. But that was like, not only did he write it well, he really delivered well. He was doing that thing where he kind of like banged the podium very well. Like he put work into that, delivered it very well
at the Comedy Store the night before.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you could tell that was very, he put a lot of work into that and delivered very well. And the genuine shit when he was like, Alex Guerrero is the snake oil salesman who turned Tom Brady into a weirdo.
He's like, you're just weird, man. I don't know, you're just weird.
Like, that was after the laughs, and he was like, no, for real, he's just weird. He's just weird. And when he said, Tom, you can't cry because your face can't move. Tom, that face is getting weirder and weirder.
I liked when
I love that we like other people besides like Jets fans are finally acknowledging, like, yeah, this guy gets weird plastic surgery.
When Edelman had to explain the gay jokes, it was like, it's sweet cum. It's sweet cum. Like a lot of pineapples. It's sweet cum. And then Kevin Hart being like, I honestly, I feel like it's becoming a thing. I had never realized until maybe like 3 months ago that like black people don't do gay jokes. I had just never like... I don't see color, I guess.
I love you, bro. Yo, they do not fuck with that.
I think it was Donnell Rawlings was doing Answer the Internet, and like gave him a card, he just went gay.
Nope. Yeah, they do not.
And I was like,
bro, the entire the resurgence of the pause game is like, anytime you say anything remotely gay, you have to call it out and say, wait a minute, I'm not gay.
Maybe that was Cameron and Mace that maybe like first like kind of maybe like, oh, they don't do gay jokes, but like Kevin Hart was like, you fucking white boys. Like, yeah, dude, sucking dick's funny, Kevin. You get it? It's funny because I don't suck dick. I'll suck his dick.
It is one of like the, as we become more and more of a melting pot and everything, white people are playing basketball and this and that, but that will remain pretty much forever. They do not fuck with that.
2 years in a college basketball locker room. Not one.
No, they do not do it.
Like even
they do not find it funny. It is a challenge to
Kevin Hart said like, Randy, you ever do like you were in the locker room? How many times did you get a dick joke and like Randy didn't think that was funny?
Not even a fucking no reference of them even possibly being around something gay. Nope. They do not fuck with it. So wait, back on the Dave front. Do you think Dave is genuinely mad?
think
or like embarrassed or like just like or like I wish I was there.
I think he's probably I stopped trying to read Dave's emotions a long time ago, but
it doesn't have any. That's the thing. It's like, what does this emotionless robot feel? I don't know.
I honestly I would guess it's like a total joke. He doesn't give a fuck at all. But maybe because there were Barstool people there.
I think he would. I think that it's also a difference of like inviting me, like, should I have been on stage like roasting Tom Brady, or like should I have just like been there and been included?
Yeah.
But I think it I think it definitely. I mean, like the one thing where he gets a little weird, like when Brianna started talking to Caitlin Clark, he was like on BFFs. He was like, "The fuck is that?" Yeah. She was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "I talk to Caitlin Clark. Like, she's my hookup for Barstool." She was like, "Okay." We went to dinner, and he was like, "You went to dinner with her?" I'm like, so he gets a little territorial on that, and this is his territory. So,
I don't think
he wants to show that he was. If he is upset, hurt, mad, whatever, like he'll send that tweet. He'll acknowledge it, but I don't think he would ever be like, "Yeah, man, I really wanted to be there." I can't.
I didn't know. I didn't know what it was, because like this is also when I was thinking about like, again, like, should I invite Dave? Like the list to a regular person, I didn't think was that impressive, and like I think like that's not the right word. Like I thought Dave would be like, "Who the fuck are any of these people? Why would I go to that?" Like, I don't think that Dave knows Schultz.
Well,
but that's probably the only person he knows.
So like the non-athletes and superstars.
Yeah, I did not have any idea what this was. I didn't know what the Kia Forum was. I didn't know, like, I did not go into it. It was the only arena. So like, I thought it was like a small like thing that like, I didn't realize it was this massive production.
When I saw that it was black tie was the dress code, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But then as I started to think about it, I'm like, yeah, when they do these things, they blow it out. They get fucking major stars, and he's like the biggest one. And usually it's Comedy Central. This is a Netflix production. Like they probably put a lot into this. It makes sense.
Obviously incredibly dumb of me, but like I did not think I was going to. I don't know,
like the event of the year.
I hadn't heard that much about it.
No,
Maybe
not at all. That's why I didn't know about it until I think Shane brought it up. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, right. I didn't. When Shane brought it up, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then like a few days passed, and we were trying to figure out flights, and I was like, you know what? I'll throw out a feeler. Let's just see if we can get tickets. We're there, might as well.
Yeah, that was a very like, if we can go, cool. If we don't, no big deal.
Yeah.
And then even when the flights got like when the day changed, I was like, I don't know, whatever. And then I saw it, and I was like, I should have figured this out. I should have thrown my kids. See you later, guys. Mom will pick you up later.
Again, I'm the idiot, of course, but I did not.
Well, I think we've established that we are idiots. We are fucking the dumbest, dude. Like, don't check the day or time or location of anything that we do while we fly across the country.
Do we know where the tires premieres tonight?
I have no clue. We could be like hours away.
But also, to be fair, I was talking to McCusker last night. McKeever, and I asked him, I was like, what time is it tomorrow night? And he's like, I got no idea. And he started to
their flyers at 6:45.
Okay. He started to take his phone out, and he was like, and I was like, dude, don't worry about it. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And knowing full well I was never going to figure it out.
Never going to figure this out. I'm telling you, this is Jackie work. This is from now on Jackie work.
By the way, McKeever, I'd never talked to him unless when he was on the podcast. McKeever is the coolest guy on the fucking planet. Like, I talked to him probably for an hour, and it's probably like partly because
you were the normals.
Yeah, like, we didn't really have like people. Like, I know I'm not going up to fucking Charles Woodson, although I did go up to Charles Woodson.
You sure it was Charles Woodson?
I was like, they didn't give you a mic tonight, huh? And he's like, no. I was like, still mad about a tuck roll. And it was just the three of us in an elevator, me, my cousin, and him.
Really?
That's funny. Like, you know, I didn't go up to Willie McGinn. Like I'm not going to go up to these people. Yeah. I did go to Uke. Kevin Euclid is there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was like, you guys want to say massive fucking band. You know, that's still, like, I always forget about it until I see Uke with Brady, and I'm like, oh, yeah, Uke's in Tom Brady's fucking family. I was sitting at a table with some of Tom Brady's family, by the way.
Really? How'd that fucking happen?
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, I bet. Wait, what family?
I think it was his niece.
Holy shit. That's
I was like, oh my God, this is so fucking bad.
It's like Uncle Tom's up there and they're just talking about how he's fucking new women all the time now. Okay.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, so McKeever and I kind of just like locked onto each other and we like talked for an hour, and I was like, this dude, like, I can't say enough good things about McKeever.
Yeah, he's awesome.
The fucking man.
Yeah.
Watch Tires on Netflix.
We'll be at that premiere. I think will be fun. I don't know, what to expect for that. I'm sure it's not quite the spectacle. Yeah, but I think that's going to be the boys.
I don't know. Like, yeah, like I was with my cousin, and he was like, you should come, and I was like, you guys just don't have anything locked in at all. This is going to be chaos. The show's in 24 hours. You're throwing out invites right now.
Factor meals out of my entire career at Barstool Sports, the #1 food sponsor we've ever had is Factor Meals. I love the taste of it. I love the meal selection, and I love how easy it is to cook. Because some of these other ones, if you like to cook, that's your thing, you go with them. I don't want to cook. I don't want to waste time cooking. I don't want to do the dishes. That's not my scene. If you're one of those guys, if you're like me, Factor is for you because you just pop it in the microwave. And I know some people get a little cautious about microwaving their food. I don't know how it does it. However they package it, the microwave cooks it to perfection. Like getting like a juicy tender steak coming out of the microwave, it like short circuits my brain because it shouldn't be, but it is. The flavoring is there. How tender it is there. It's heated up to perfection, and it all just lives right there in your fridge. They send them to you in a box with the dry ice so it stays cold. You put it in your fridge, and you have your meals for the week, for the month. You never have to worry about going to the grocery store. You never have to worry about cooking. You never have to worry about cleaning. You never have to worry about what am I going to eat. It's always taking care of you for every single meal, every single day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart or Protein Plus or Keto. It's not just like healthy things. They have like a buffalo dip, which is like delicious. And they have desserts. They have shakes, pumpkin spice this and chocolate that. It's more than 60 different add-ons for you to customize your meals every week. So it's 35 meals with 60 add-ons, so there's always different flavors to explore. And it can help you crush your wellness goals this May and heading into the summer with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. So make it delicious from breakfast through to dessert. Stay fueled easy with nutritious options. Head to factormeals.com/KFC50 and use code KFC50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. So that's a double deal. That's code KFC at factormeals.com/KFC to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next box. If they have the cilantro lime chicken, I would do that. If they have any sort of the steaks, those are all delicious. And the salmon, the Baja salmon. Woo! Mother's Day is almost here. I told you last episode to take care of it. So I know that most of you listening right now have already done it. But if you haven't, buy your Mother's Day gifts now. Get them for your mom. Get them for your wife. Get them for your grandma. Take care of all the women in your life that have kids that you need to buy presents for and get them an Aura Frames. It's a digital picture frame that can hold endless pictures of your kids, of your grandkids, of your nieces and nephews.
It's perfect because you can start with a picture of you and then you can change to the picture of their favorite siblings or children.
There you go. You can you don't have to worry about, taking down the frame and taking out the picture. And you just load up a digital picture and you can change it every single time. You can even put it on like a slideshow so they're constantly changing. And they have an app that syncs up with it so you can change pictures through the app. You can send it to other family members. You can change their digital frame as soon as you take a picture. Oh, Grandma and Grandpa live far away. They couldn't see little Shay's dance recital. Let me send you a picture, and right away it just changes while it's hanging on your wall and you get to see it. So give them the thing that they love the most, feeling close to the kids and feeling close to the family. Get it for everybody who has kids and wants to put them on display. It's a best digital photo frame by Wirecutter, and one of Oprah's favorite things. So Oprah does it. Come on. Aura Frames are guaranteed to bring you joy to moms of all ages. So head over to Aura Frames for a Mother's Day deal right now, where you can get the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com/KFC. That's AURA frames.com/KFC and get $30 off plus free shipping on their best-selling frame. That's auraframes.com/KFC. $30. Terms and conditions apply.
So it's roasts and battle rap, John.
Battle rap
took over the world.
I read the Drake one.
You read the Drake one.
We had subtitles.
Yeah, I saw that. So some people said, that's like cheating, bro. No. Not only should everybody do that, they should also do their own Rap Genius. Every rapper should be like, this is what I meant. Like, annotated by Drake. Here's what I fucking meant.
That was like Kevin Hart last night where he was about Schultz. He's like, once you go black, you don't stop. Or once you pretend to be black, you don't stop. And he's like, I thought I was going to get a pop. He had 50 Cent on stage and he started going, never mind.
It's a whole thing. You guys don't know. Yeah.
Schultz, I forget if we said this on the air or not. Schultz might have had the joke of the night.
The singular joke of the night. He was one of the guys who went later. Yeah. So by that point, a lot of the regular jokes had gone off. But the taking a Brazilian taking half your purse That's what Dana White does.
Yeah.
Or taking a
That's
half
why Dana White's here, so you can figure out how to fuck a Brazilian out of half their purse. Dude, Dana White thought that was hilarious. It's
weird when like he's laughing about that because it's like that's what I do. Yeah, there's some truth to that. That's what I do.
Or he said like, what did he say? He put more immigrants in cages than U.S. border policy. I forget if that was Schultz. That was another great one.
Very good.
I'm sorry, we're gonna move on. But who do you think the star of the night was?
Roast wise, I think Tony Hinchcliffe. It was like a coming out party for Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah,
I would say that was Tony's like introduction to like the rest of America. I feel like he does Kill Tony is like. He's roasting every single week, but for the way he just walked down the aisle and just kept it fucking flowing. So like, I think, that was the way I view it. The biggest star of the night though.
Who walked away the best PR of the night? I don't even think it's close. Nikki is also a very good one. Nikki was great.
Yeah. Are you talking about like best comedy or best like?
I just want to say Bill Belichick.
He did very well. He did very well.
Yo, he was so funny.
I just want to
and he was so genuine, and he was so willing to laugh at himself.
Yeah.
Which again, if you're a Patriots fan and you paid attention for 20 years, you know
that he was that. Yeah.
Like you knew he was a good guy, like had a good time and all that shit. But like, I think again, kind of a coming out party. Like, I think most of America's like,
oh, he can laugh.
Oh shit, he's fucking funny. Like, he can take jabs and stuff like that.
How did he word it?
Laughing about stuff like,
yeah.
Like, even Kevin Hart was like, Bill, you're laughing at that. Like, I think Kevin Hart said something about an itch, and he's like, yeah, he had an itch like all the girls Gronk fucks, and then Bill started dying, and he's like, Bill, what kind of dark humor were you blessed with? And he was so like, he thought again, it's one of those things where like, it's so long, everyone keeps doing the same joke. Like, he got hit with like 3 of the Foxborough High jokes.
Yes.
Like I think Edelman did it, I think Gronk did it, I think Brady did it, I think all 3 of them did it.
Yeah.
And the first, I don't know about all of them, but like the first one, he was dying laughing. He's like, this is the only place you can get a job, and he's like, like that. Oh, he fucking thought the ring light was so funny. I think Brady said that one.
What was that one?
Yeah, that was when Brady was like, I used to get asked what my favorite ring is, and I said I always say it's the next one. I have a new answer now. It's the ring light the ring camera that caught Belichick slinking out of that girl's house.
Oh yes, you still got it. You still got it.
Feels like, dude. I feel like him and Brady right now are in almost a rap beef. We'll get back.
Yeah,
and like
who can become the more?
Yeah, like more.
I'm not upset. I'm taking a joke.
Everyone's like, whoa, Brady's funny. Whoa, Belichick's funny.
Yeah.
Whoa, he's cool.
Well, it's 2 freaks who weren't allowed or wouldn't allow themselves to like be human.
For
20 straight years, and now you can put on the show. I mean the rap battle though has gone like full mainstream. It's been going on for a couple weeks for like rap fans, but now it's like, I know like my algorithm is probably catered towards me, but I feel like I'm almost getting sick of it, which I thought I would never say about it.
I don't get it. Because you've seen this opinion of mine because you co-tweeted it, but once you cross the bridge into everyone being like, that's not real, then what are we doing anymore?
This thing, bro, I'll tell you what's really interesting about it. Beyond the fact that like, when it's all said and done, like Drake's just going to go back to like making hits. Kendrick Lamar will go back to what he does, and like it's a very cool thing that like they're doing this. Like most of the times people back down or pussy out or whatever. If you're winning or you're losing, whatever. Like they went all the fucking way. What happened in this battle? Kendrick Lamar just like straight up trumped Drake. It's like he ran an election.
Yeah.
He ran an election. And won the election. Like it doesn't matter if it's true. He said it loudest. He said it best. He said it the most. And it was a guy. There's so many people who already hate Drake. They want him to lose. He's very like LeBron-like in that way, where it's like we acknowledge that he's great and he's at the top, but we want to tear him down at every chance we can get. And so now we have a real opportunity to do it. We're going to take that opportunity. And he just took every rumor and ran with it, and it does not matter that there's any facts. I'm with you. To me, as someone
making up shit,
it's like if there is no daughter, I think that should be a enormous knock against you. You spent like a whole song, a whole verse was written about something that doesn't fucking exist.
But even Drake's doing it too. Where like
totally,
I saw
he's both sides. But I also feel like
there was like go back to yours. I read go back and plant trees or whatever, and then like someone had a quote of like the mayor of Compton being like, "We're so grateful for Kendrick Lamar and like the hundreds of thousands of dollars he's given us." What are we doing? Nothing.
Well, but even that stuff is like, because you don't know. I mean, maybe he did that like once, but other rappers like that. I can't even. That doesn't even begin to approach the lies we're talking about. Like if. But
it's just once you have like one lie, it's like, well, then why would I believe any?
Well, that's kind of the thing to me is like if you're saying if you're going to believe one rapper, you have to believe the other rapper.
Yeah,
and it's like people are like they want to believe all the Kendrick Lamar shit because they want to hate on Drake.
Yeah,
and then Drake is like, no, that's a lie. It's like, well, I mean, Kendrick Lamar has created like a fucking like a fantasy land, and everyone's just like, yeah. Now, I mean, Drake's fatal flaw is that he has a bunch of weird things with young girls. I genuinely do not think Drake is a pedophile. If in fucking 10, 15 years we find out that he's Diddy, hand up, I'm wrong. I think that it was weird that he texted with Millie Bobby Brown and Billie Eilish. I think we should
use someone who was convicted.
What's that?
I think we should use an example who was convicted.
Harvey Weinstein. Yeah. I'm wrong. But I think there's just a very... You said it a million times. Calling someone a pedophile used to mean something in this country, And then Drake on the other side saying you hit your wife, and it's like, well, that's a big accusation as well.
They're crazy and like
it's like the two worst things a human can do.
It really is. I mean, it is. We went as deep and as dark as possible. You were molested by your family members. That's why you're obsessed with this pedophile angle. You beat your wife.
And people are grading like, I don't know if the beat's right.
Well, but here's the real thing. Honestly, do you want to know the real reason why Kendrick Lamar won this battle is DJ Mustard. That beat on Not Like Us. I mean, I had Jackie, I had people who would never give a fuck about any of the ins and outs and the intricacies of this battle. They were like, that's a bop. That song's a bop.
I haven't heard that one.
It's like it's got DJ Mustard, right? Mustard, So it's got one of those beats, and he says chant OV ho, and like there's a chanting part to it that everyone in the club was doing. There's a beat that bops to it. He created his MAGA. Like everyone's going to be screaming OV ho everywhere they go.
It's so disappointing how like dumb you have to make an insult for people to like it.
Well, no, but really that's what he did. Like Kendrick Lamar, people thought was going to be all like cerebral and artsy and shit, and he really broke it down pretty simply with a couple of the things where it's like, I'm going to have the masses and regular people playing. Like he has, in my opinion, will be like the song of the summer. People are going to be playing Not Like Us like they were playing back to back, and that is almost more important than getting your jabs in. Is like, this song is actually going to be played, right. And like just even over the weekend there was a lot of DJs being like, I played Not Like Us and it went up, and I played Family Matters and nobody fucking cared. So that's what Drake usually does well. Like I would have never in a million years thought Drake was going to lose on that front. Like he's not going to put out the hit song. But I've openly been like, I'm Team Drake. While acknowledging that Kendrick has won this battle, but I do think there's something to be said for like the whole industry went against him. They had to like make up pedophilia stories, run with lies, and like all gang up on him. And he's still standing and still responded. Like there was a lot of people being like, this is done. There's no way he's going to come back. And put out something that was at least like, all right, maybe there's going to be another round. Like, I don't think he won it. I don't think it was enough to like take it over. But it was like, okay. The strangest thing is this whole, did they make up the information and like float it out there, which Drake ran with and said it on his latest round.
What would the argument for that be?
There's no 11-year-old.
I planted a bunch of seeds to say I was a pedophile and see if you'd pick up on it.
That's the running joke on the internet.
I don't know. I'd take that one to court.
Yeah, a lot of people like that. That's the quote, being like, I acted like a pedophile for 15 years to trick Kendrick Lamar. But the daughter part, that he has another child that he's hiding. First of all, if Drake went into another battle hiding another kid. He's the dumbest motherfucker alive.
But also, like, to defend Drake and something I don't really care about, I feel like wasn't fucking added on like 6 months old.
Yeah.
Like, you're not really, I don't think you're hiding.
I agree.
At that point.
I agree.
Like,
but again, it's all perception.
Once you're hiding, if you got an 11-year-old, maybe you're hiding.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
No, he had a baby. Yeah. Like a little baby. But that's the perception. People always said Pusha T beat him so bad he turned him into a father. Like, it's like, no, he just started doing shit with his kid who became like 3 and 4 years old. You know, like eventually you start doing shit in public with your kid, not in the very beginning.
My 6-month-old was napping and shitting.
Yeah. I said this when it happened with Pusha. I'll say it on this one. I do not care about how many kids my rappers have. I do not care about who's the better family man. Like, Kendrick Lamar had a whole album. His last album was all about how he like lived a destructive lifestyle and was like, I can't stop fucking other women. I'm like chasing after fame. I'm, like living a terrible life. And he's saying all that about Drake. And it's like, you just copped to all that. And people are retorting like, yeah, but Kendrick Lamar admitted it and went to therapy and he's healed. And I'm like, is this what we're talking about in rap battles? Who has done more therapy to address their shortcomings? Like, I don't give a fuck about any of this. I never cared that Drake was hiding one kid. I don't care if he's hiding 1,000 kids.
Well, I think I actually think the other way a little bit about that with like, they are 40.
Yeah.
Like,
we are getting to a point where that would be the knock on you. That's the other side of it.
It would be weird if it's like you're not like.
But I don't think there's
on the corner or whatever the fuck you say. Like,
like I agree with that.
You're 40. How do you insult the 40-year-old man? You'd be like,
yeah, you're a deadbeat dad. Yeah. No, that's what makes all of this so funny is that they're 40-year-old men, and that's where people like I'm loving it. But I really think if you ask like the young kids of America, they're like, I don't even know who these guys are. I mean, Kendrick Lamar put out like one album in these kids' entire lifetimes. I mean, it's like they probably don't give a shit about him. But the his thing is we made up the. I think people were so stunned that there was even a possibility there was another hidden kid that they were like, this has to be planted information. Think about that. Like people were like, the more logical answer is that he fed him this information. So what the story is they made up the 11-year-old daughter, and Kendrick Lamar. The story that's going around is that Kendrick Lamar got his hands on Drake's dad's suitcase, and the album art for Kendrick's one of his songs is what was the contents of that suitcase, and it was a Ozempic prescription and like a sleep medication and a shirt and some gloves, and people were like, that's planted. And Drake just being like, I think probably like being like, well, if we're just going to live in a fantasy world, I'm going to run with that. So he had a whole verse being like, we planted all that information and we knew you were going to run with it, and you did, and you look like a clown. Now it's definitely not true, because the minute that Kendrick put out his song, Drake posted an Instagram being like, nah, this is crazy. If anybody can show proof of my daughter, like, that's not the response of a guy who just got you. If you were like, I'm going to make up a fake daughter, when someone takes the bait, you then drop the bomb.
Drake's dad's suitcase.
I don't know. But you know what it is?
Who has a suitcase that can just be found?
I
with the
don't get it either.
He's got all the stuff that you can roast the guy.
I know. That's the other part of it. So that's
what
why.
Does that even mean?
Could you imagine if there is truth to that though? Then you get on the phone. With
I got
Drake
your dad's suit. Like, if someone called me, it's like, I got your dad's suitcase. Like, okay. Can you imagine? Are you returning it? Like, what do you want?
Can you imagine Drake talking to his dad, being like, "Dad, what are you doing in your suitcase, man?
Why is my Ozempic in your suitcase, Dad?"
Like, did you pack for me? What is going on here? Why do you have my shit? So that's why, like, who fucking knows what that even means to begin with? Drake, though, like, took basically what the internet was saying. So I have a screenshot. It's very funny. That, like, I don't think people. I feel like people really don't understand that, like, both sides are doing this. Like, this whole battle is like, which side do you like? You're going to argue for that.
Yeah.
There's very few people being unbiased. It's like, I like Drake and I wanted him to win. I think Kendrick Lamar won it. I don't think there's many people out there willing to say that based on which guy they root for. But this quote was like the top of one of these Instagram posts. This man literally dusted off his pen to copy every theory off his social media and slapped it on a beat. Sus. Which rapper are we talking about? Like, which rapper are we talking about? You could apply that to either one of them. You know, it's like everybody. There's been people hating on Drake saying that he's a pedophile, and Kendrick Lamar just fucking ran with that. There's like this story that he went to dinner with an 18-year-old that he knew. There's pictures of him with her when she was 16, and then it said he went to dinner with her when he was 18, and there's just an Instagram post from that girl being like, that never happened. Like, we didn't go to dinner. It's just like, these things. It's like there's a weird video of Drake on stage when he was like, it's from 2010. So he's probably 23, and he's doing kind of like, he brought a fan up on stage and he's like serenading her. Yeah. And then he's like, how old are you? She's like 17. But also, I think he was like, fuck. Yeah. I didn't. It's like he was like, hey, can I get a 17-year-old? Right. He was like, God damn it. So like these are weird things.
I didn't fuck her because she was 17. I fucked her and she turned out to be 17.
There's a difference. I think there's like a huge leap from like there's some weird shit and then like you literally fuck kids, but people want that to be true because they want Drake to lose this. But I will say, when you have a bunch of like 2, 3, 4 things that are weird with young girls, Billie Eilish, Billie Bobby Brown, this model, this girl, like
the lyric in his biggest song is high school pic. She was even bad then.
Yeah, I mean, again, these are all like weird things, and
it's a weird thing, but it's also like not that weird in the sense that like you can see that happening in a movie, like someone looking at like a girl coming home with a guy and looking at the photo album with their mom, and she'd be like, "Oh my God, you were so cute in high school too," or like something like. It's not.
I don't think that.
I wouldn't say it. Certainly not on a hit song. Certainly not into a microphone. Certainly wouldn't defend it on a podcast.
Well, that's and then you run into that problem where people are like, you are defending a pedophile, and I'm like, I think I'm defending a guy who's being called a pedophile. I don't, but that is really where Drake got fucked, and this is where he got trumped, because if you make a song repeatedly saying I'm not a pedophile, that don't look good. But when he wasn't saying anything,
Frank Reynolds.
Yes, people were saying Drake in the booth writing his song.
We gotta make a song about not diddle kids.
But then,
dude, that's my favorite. Dan tweeted that or Dan might have blogged that. It might have been on Dan's old blog on the Hot Glove. Or maybe it was Barstool, I forget. But when Sandusky first got caught, and it was just like that was just like statement from Sandusky, and it was just that clip. And I was like, "This is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life." But no good diddling kids. Wouldn't do it even if they were younger than my daughter. Sorry, I'll stop singing now.
So you want to just do the song?
Yeah.
But when Drake didn't respond, people were saying he kept saying, "I don't have an 11-year-old daughter." This man like made a whole verse on a song and it's not real, and they were like, "Oh, this is crazy, you're not defending the pedophile allegations." So it's like, well, which one is it? Once he did address it, then they said, "Oh, you look crazy defending yourself about being a pedophile."
Yeah.
It's truly like politics. This is just all like smear campaign shit where it's just like who can lie the best and rally the biggest crowd against the opponent. And it's like he ran like a MAGA style
abusing Aubrey.
That's really what it is. It's like let's give some nicknames and say some funny things, and very like the most memorable lines are like Kendrick's, and just keep saying it over and over and over again until people are like, okay, he's a pedophile. Yeah. And I mean, Drake's just going to hear this for the rest of his career.
While I've been thinking Ted Cruz's dad probably killed JFK.
It's the same shit. Those guys were just battle rapping. They didn't know it. And the battle rappers are running campaigns and they don't know it. But I also don't. The last thing was Drake. He replied and then kind of was talking on the track, being like, "This was a good exercise for me. Like, I'm happy I got you to rap. I'm sure you got like 10 more songs, and like we can just kind of keep going." And people were taking that as a white flag, being like, let's just call it, because I don't know how this ends, because we're in the fantasy world where it's like, I don't know, I'll just start making up other allegations too. Like if usually by now it's like I don't know anything else about this guy, we've said everything, but if we're all just going to keep lying and playing in
the blog world, I think that is the sign of like, it looks like I lost, let's move on. That thing, that comment, It reminds me of like I think Nate will say it sometimes. It's like, I got Dave to blog.
Yes, and it's like
I got you to rap.
Okay, yeah, we're done now. I mean, it's crazy how many rounds there were and how fast it was. The real craziest thing I'll say, though, is I heard from music bloggers and people like someone in the industry that Drake's plan was he had his song ready, and when Kendrick first dropped his, he was going to put his out right away afterwards. And he let Kendrick do that to him. And that's, I think, the one thing you cannot do. Because Drake put out a good record, but right away, 10 minutes later, Kendrick came out, and it was like...
That must be so awesome to be Kendrick when you're just like sitting there like, got him. Post it, dude.
Yep.
Post it. Yes, post it.
Yeah, like, I was trying to think about like literally how that goes down. Like, does Kendrick Lamar like have a producer or a manager or someone like with their YouTube account ready, and he's like, go, like push the button, like. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, with the amount of lying that went on both sides, I think there's an extreme bias towards Drake, people wanting to lose. But Kendrick Lamar did, like, once both sides are lying, you have to just base it off of like who rapped the best, who planned out their battle the best, who had the most catchy song, and that's all Kendrick Lamar. But I think what's crazy is that Drake is big enough that, like, I don't think this even affects him.
I actually have to say, like, the more I listened at first, I liked Euphoria and
Not Like Us?
Not Like Us the most, but now I like Family Matters, and Push-Ups is my favorite of the entire thing.
I mean,
like,
just a week. It's also a big like recency bias thing, because a week before this, everyone was like, "It's Drake against the world. He's Thanos. He like Push-Ups was fucking fire. Where's Kendrick? Where's Kendrick? Like Drake, he's hiding." And then it just like, the last week has been all Kendrick. So it's like. But that's part of, he didn't let that song breathe at all. He was like, no one's even going to be talking about this one because they're going to be talking about how quickly I replied. But if you go back and listen to everything, it's like, it's actually more even than you think.
And I feel like now, like, I've nixed, like, all the pedophile stuff and all, because I don't know what's true anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you just kind of take all that out, it's like Drake being like, you're not fucking catching up to me.
Yeah. Well,
kind of like,
that's what I thought Drake really should have leaned into more. I think the one thing Drake could have done that maybe... Drake was fucked. He was in like a no-win position. But if he just, here's my battle record to you, like I replied, but also just put out a banger.
Yeah.
Like a true song of the summer type shit. One of his throwback type, like great beat, great hook, and was like at the same time while I'm battling you, like this is what I really do. Like girls are going to be shaking their ass. The club's going to be playing this. Because I do think like...
That was... It's a reference back in the day. That back to back
was like a club record, yeah. And I think unfortunately Kendrick is the one who ended up doing that, and like Drake let himself get draked. But if it was also just like, this is not even about you, bro, because what I do is put out #1 records. Yeah. If you had a #1 record while you were battling, something like that would have been the move. I'm sure Kendrick Lamar will get like his next album. People are saying I think it's coming out in May or June. Will be like probably his biggest commercial success because of all this. But I think there's gonna be a lot of people who are like, well, it's a weird fucking Kendrick Lamar album. Mm-hmm. Like it's not what Kendrick Lamar did on this is like you're like just rapping like normal, like you're rapping. That's what rap fans like. He usually does like this weird artsy shit like his last album, and he's probably going to continue to do that. So I think when it goes back to regular, it'll probably just be like, all right, that was weird. You're a pedophile. You're a wife abuser. I guess maybe not. I'm gonna go dance to Drake, and like underground like hip hop heads are gonna like fawn over Kendrick lyrics, and those guys will just keep going on their way.
Do you think, first of all, I think when it's a 20v1, like all you got to do is weather the storm, and Drake did that perfectly.
Yeah,
I'm a Drake fan.
The fact that Drake is still standing, I think, is almost like, damn. Mm-hmm.
How would you feel? First of all, the other thing I want to say is the most annoying person in all of this is Metro Boomin.
Oh my god, the biggest fucking loser. The big loser of this whole thing is Metro. Yeah. Just going on like a Twitter rant and trying to put out that beat and like
the BBL jersey thing is awful.
And he went on a Twitter rant that was like he became a blogger. Like it's like he doesn't rap, so he can't do that. And he just had like this tweet storm. He was over in Amsterdam, so maybe he was fucked up. It gave the biggest vibes, like "Hold me back, hold me back, hold me back." It's like, dude, shut. That's why I think the funniest line of the whole thing is Drake saying, "Shut your whole ass up and go make some drums." The fact that he delivered, like, hey, I took care of you in one bar. Like, get out of here, man. That guy, brutal. I heard also him and Future's tour is like being canceled because nobody's buying tickets to that. So at the end of the day, when it all goes back to normal, it's like, okay, I don't know. You know, Drake will have to deal with this pedophile thing for the rest of his life. It already was bubbling. Now it's like fully out there. Comments and tweets and all that shit forever will be that.
Probably the number one reason to not fuck kids.
It's going to be hard for you on the internet. But it will be, he, you know, when he goes back to what he does, I think he'll just be like, okay, I don't know, man. The only thing I can't decide is, on the one hand, I think it's 20v1 and it's like, you guys are petty and you're fucking assholes. On the other hand, it probably speaks to him if like nobody is speaking up for him, you know? It's like you kind of must be an asshole if like nobody in your industry is like,
yeah,
you know,
particularly Wayne. Like, wasn't there something about Lil Wayne? Like he like fucked his girlfriend.
He
fucked
like Lil Wayne's girl when Wayne was in jail.
I think he'd come back with something Lil Wayne. Then I'm interested. you bring Lil Weezy F Baby into the mix. Get Lil Weezy F Baby rapping. Now we're talking. Johnny Boy's interested now.
That's the one thing. So all in though, it's funny watching like the regular world come into the hip hop. The internet is just fucking bananas. The amount of shit talk and the amount of hate and all that shit, it is wild. It is an insane thing to be involved in, to just be like,
yeah, it's Ben Affleck. You said something where I guess Drake headline where he's like, "You'll never catch up to me" or something like that. That was one of the great lines of the night too last night. Brady.
What do you say?
When after Manning
living in the shadow?
him,
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, you live in Carolina,
you live in Louisiana. You'll always live in my shadow.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
The Chiefs. I think they wanted to get a Taylor thing in there.
Yeah. I wonder who wrote for him.
I don't. People obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't know the answer to that one.
Yeah, that's something in the internet age you probably want out there if that can leak. You know, I wrote this joke, I wrote that joke. All right, so we're gonna go. I don't even know what's on the agenda. We're gonna go to some premiere.
Yeah, Knicks Bruins first.
Knicks. I did not realize you were on the verge of an epic collapse.
Yeah. It would have been the first time in history
ever. It's back-to-back 3-1. So I did not know how much you were in trouble.
Overtime, Kevin.
Yeah, that's oh, buddy, you must have been sweating.
Dude,
bro, I mean, I was sweating. As a casual Knicks fan now, as much as I hate to say it, you know, not nearly as much of as a fan I used to be back in the day, but as a casual Knicks fan who just dove back in, I was stressing, and like when you look at it, it was, you know, the Knicks 1-6, and it was really like only a little bit of stress for 1 second, but it wasn't. Like it was not a 2v7 because that team with Joel Embiid is like a 2 seed, so it was like a 2 versus a 2 in like the Eastern Conference. But at the end of the day, they pretty much handled their business except for like one little snafu, and I still felt like, oh, thank God. You, buddy, you were right on the precipice. That's some shit like the Bruins never get over that until they win another cup.
Yeah.
Let alone,
that was what I had said going into that like the Bruins, I think people outside of Boston don't realize the Bruins have a choker tag.
Yeah.
Like they happen to be playing the historically greatest chokers of all time.
Right.
But like Bruins are number 2.
Right.
Like in the last like this not even really this group because like it really isn't much of what it was, but going back to 2019, blowing the lead to the lead to the
type
Blues,
teams. Yeah,
and then there was fucking last year against Florida, who like, and I would defend that where I was like, well, the 2019 team that wasn't really a cup team because they had an incredibly
they came out of nowhere, right?
They had like an insanely easy path. All the best teams kept getting knocked out. Right. That was when. Fucking Tampa got swept in the first round by Columbus. Yeah, so it was like they ended up playing like Columbus and Carolina. It was probably one of the easier paths to the Stanley Cup final of all time.
Right.
So I was like, they didn't really deserve to be there anyway. So like that's not really a collapse. And then with Florida, I was like, well, that team went to the Cup, so they're a fucking good team. Like that's not really collapse either. And I was like, if they lose this one, like
there's no more like this team did that. Yeah,
like you just collapsed. They have a great coach who would have had to been fired. Like you would have been one of those like
somebody's got to go.
Like they get called into the room like, look, it's not your fault, man. Yeah. But like someone's got to go, and we can't fire the whole fucking team. It was. I think not that anyone cares about this, but I do think that this is going to be a better series than people think. Like, because people are like Florida's going to
Bruins
run
done.
through them.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was a monkey off the back because it was so clear in the first 4 games. Where it was like they're the better team, and then they went up 3-1 and it got tight.
Yeah.
Like it was like I had a tweet where I was like, I don't even understand what's happening. Like Toronto's not playing well. The Bruins are just playing so bad.
Yeah.
I think that's like almost like in I think there's a chance that this happens. Not that it will, but like in like 2004 when the Sox got the monkey off their back and
then they just were like, we're good.
I remember watching that. And I was like, they might be too emotionally exhausted, and they're like, "We're just gonna get this over with. Let's just steamroll."
Yeah.
And I don't think they have the roster to steamroll.
But now you also have to worry, like, every time you get to 3 wins, it's like it could be 3-0, 3-1, 3-2. Like, can you get that job done?
But the goalie, they always say about hockey, like you can ride a whole goalie to the cup. Like Jeremy Swayman's goals against average is like 143 right now, with like a 950 save percentage. It's like literally
do Boston fans think he's good?
Yes. Okay, good. Because he hugs people. They love him.
All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.